This is Kailua.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Whoa,
A small windward beach town built around what Travel and Leisure has called the best beach in America.
What you're going to find here is plantation homes with real yards,
The trade wind weather and Saturday mornings where really you'll see the same faces every single Saturday. If that's going to the farmer's market or jogging around the block.
and this is Ala Moana.
Honolulu's urban core high-rise towers wrapped around the largest open-air shopping center in the country, with Ala Moana Beach Park right out front. And right next door, literally a block away, is Kaka'ako, the arts and dining district. And this is where you're gonna find murals, cocktail bars, and the Ward Village master plan. These three distinctive neighborhoods stacked on top of each other. 12 miles apart, and honestly, they couldn't be any more different. So today, we're gonna break it all down. Housing, commute, food, real costs at each location, and by the end of this video, you'll know which side of the mountain you belong on. If you're watching this, there is a good chance you are thinking about moving to Oahu, or you just got orders here and you're sitting at your kitchen table and you're scrolling through your phone on the mainland, and you're wondering if this move is even possible. I get it, because I moved here from Ohio 7 years ago, and I know exactly what it feels like to make this decision. That's why I'm gonna walk you through the island the way that I wish somebody would have walked me through it before I got here. So all real talk, no tourist brochure, no fluff. I am Tiandra Mills, Hawaii luxury realtor and founder of the Pacific Lux Group. At the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how to get my completely free Hawaii relocation guide. With this, we're gonna break down the neighborhoods, the monthly costs, schools, and Hawaii new construction. Now, let's get back to the video. Here's what most relocators don't realize. Kailua is on the Windward Side, and that is the side that catches all this trade wind. This is steady breeze that blows through the Pacific and to the northeast almost all year round. So that's why when you're here, you're gonna see that this side is a little bit wetter and greener, very much cooler. Ala Moana, though, is in town. That's gonna be on the other side of the mountains, and those trade winds often get blocked. So it's gonna be a little bit drier, hotter, more sun. So it's on the same island, but on two different sides, and you're gonna have two different climates. The urban core of town stretches from Waikiki through Ala Moana and Kaka'ako and downtown Honolulu. Between it and Kailua is gonna be the Ko'olau Mountains. And so you just are going to drive across Oahu. You'll drive through it. The Poly, the H3, the Leaky Leaky, every one of these can shut down with no warning. That matters because where you live on the island determines your weekday and what it actually feels like. So I'm setting this up on a head-to-head. 5 rounds, the ones with a clear winner, I will definitely let you know. And the ones that really come down to taste, I'll tell you it's a tie. So let's go. Kailua feels like a small town that just so happens to be one of America's best beach neighborhoods. I'm standing right in the middle of it. So down the street, there's gonna be a Target. Whole Foods is right here. There's different markets and delis, and we'll even get to see the farmer's market here. So 5 minutes from where I'm standing right now, you go kind of this way, it's gonna be more Kailua Beach, and then another 5 minutes after that, you'll be at Lanikai Beach as well. Kalapawai Market is the go-to for coffee and its community bulletin board filled with lost dog notices and neighborhood yard signs. Kailua Town Market, the farmer's market, brings together fresh produce, food trucks, and what feels like the entire town. Cinnamons is known for its famous guava chiffon pancakes, and Lanikai juice is perfect for acai bowls after the beach. Here's the real difference in living in Kailua. You'll run into the exact same people at the grocery store, at the beach, or even at the coffee shop. Your barista will know your order by week 3, and that's either heaven for you or may feel very claustrophobic, depending on who you are. Ala Moana feels like a walkable city, like literally someone dropped it in on a tropical island. I'm standing here right in front of Ala Moana Center, which is the largest open-air shopping mall in the country. And from here, you can walk about 5 minutes to the beach. If you walk this way, you'll find restaurants, like a dozen of them on either direction. And then if you go towards the Ewa side of the island, towards downtown, then you're gonna be in Kaka'ako, which is its own neighborhood within itself. And it's its own scenery entirely. Ala Moana Beach Park, this is the locals' beach. Magic Island at sunset is one of the most underrated experiences on Oahu. After work, this place fills up paddle boarders, picnic blankets, sunset rituals, and the daily life in Ala Moana isn't just restaurants either. Kaka'ako is the art district right next door. Murals on every wall. First Fridays here turn into a whole event. Gallery hops, food trucks, the whole community comes out on the street. And this is also where you're gonna find Ward Village, the Howard Hughes master plan that has brought a lot of these newer luxury towers, Waiea, Anaha, Alihi, Victoria Place. People talk about Ward Village like it's its own neighborhood, but technically it is, but it's part of Kaka'ako. Then you have Honolulu Beer Works, Salt at Kaka'ako, some of the coolest cocktail bars here on the island, all within a few blocks. Thursday night on Neighborhood, this place doesn't sleep. The real difference of living in Ala Moana is that you can live here without a car, which I don't know if I necessarily would, but you can do it because everything is around here. But if you're living in Kailua, trust me, you will cry by week 2 not having a car. This round goes to Ala Moana, but barely. Honestly, this one comes down to pure taste and lifestyle. Personally, I love the idea of living in Kailua. It reminds me of the reason why I moved to Hawaii in the first place. It's a slower pace, the beaches are phenomenal, but I love the urban energy that Ala Moana offers. It feels more realistic for the life that I'm actually living right now. My friends are in the area, everything is close by, and my office isn't too far either. The town vibe, that's a whole different thing, and it's where I am in the life and the season I'm in right now. In Kailua, you're buying a single-family home. Median price now for single-family homes on island is ranging about $1.1 million. But in Kailua's median, it's going to be closer to $1.68 million. So that makes it Oahu's second highest priced single-family home market behind Kahala. The average price per square footage is around $908. And what are you getting for all that money? So typically a 1950 to 1970 plantation-style home, and yes, a lot of them need work, but you're also getting a real yard, fruit trees in the backyard, room for your truck to be in the driveway, space for your dog to run around, and the lot size here actually matter. And that's something that you really don't see very often in Hawaii. And one thing I will tell you is that the Kailua inventory here moves really fast. So if you see a home, be ready to move. And we're talking in a mere days, sometimes hours. So if Kailua is on your list, make sure you get pre-approved and have your team lined up before you start looking, not after. There's 3 pockets in Kailua you really should know. Coconut Grove is the closest to the beach, and it's the most priciest part of town. Then there's Enchanted Lake. It has this beautiful lagoon and a little waterway that runs through the neighborhood. And then there's also Manawili. That's more in the back of the valley. You have these gorgeous mountain views, more space for your money, but you're trading some of the walkability to the beach. And here's something most mainland buyers don't know about Kailua. A lot of these older homes are single wall construction, and that is a real thing here in Hawaii. Literally one wall, plank, no installations, no studs in the way that you think of them on the mainland. And flippers, they know these inside and out. They buy these older single wall homes. tear them down, and build a brand new home on the exact same lot. So when you're looking in Kailua and there's a listing on the lower end side of the market, ask the question, is this a home or is it the land or is it this going to be more of a tear down? Because in this market, sometimes what you're really buying is the lot. In Ala Moana, you're going to be buying a condo, period. But here's where things get interesting. You're going to have Ala Moana, Kaka'ako, and Ward Village. They all touch each other. So when I have buyers, they're typically going to be looking at all three of these areas because they're all within walking distance. Let me break down the towers and where they actually sit. And Ala Moana proper, that is going to be the area right around Ala Moana Mall. And it's going to be really close to Ala Moana Beach Park. There you have Park Lane. Park Lane is top tier. Easily, you're going to be looking at $5 million on up. Manoa Pacific, that is going to be older, more accessible building, and that is going to be around $500,000 to about $900,000. Then you have One Ala Moana, which is going to be more mid-tier. So that's going to be about $1 million plus. Then there is Central. That's going to be a newer mid-luxury also. That's going to be looking about $1 million plus. Now, I've walked a few blocks towards the Ewa part of the island and I've landed here in Kaka'ako. So this is where Ward Village lives. You're going to find a lot of new construction here like Alihi, Kaula. These are going to be more mid-luxury, $1 to $2 million plus. Then you're going to have Waiea, Anaha, Victoria Place. These are going to be a little bit more top tier, $3 million up to $20 million. And in Kaka'ako, then you have older buildings like Hakua, Ko'olani. Those are solid towers and a bit more accessible with entry-level points. And often those can be anywhere from $500,000 to $900,000. And here's the HOA reality check. And this is what most relocators miss. Your monthly HOA and these buildings can run anywhere from $800 to some of the older towers to $4,000 on up for newer luxury buildings. That is a mortgage payment within itself. So when you're factoring in what the underwriting is going to look at when you're buying, that's going to be somewhere that sometimes buyers get blindsided by. Ala Moana wins on entry price. You can be a condo owner there for less than half of what a Kailua single family home costs. But Kailua wins on space for your dollar. You get a yard, a garage, square footage, and actual land. And you don't really get that in Ala Moana, but what you do get is you get a really sweet view. So different products and really different personalities, right? But coming from the mainland, I love having yard, I love having space, and it really feels like home. So with Kailua's higher entry level point, this round, I state, goes to Kailua. And this round is food and daily life. In Kailua, daily life isn't just about where you eat. You get some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, just minutes from your kitchen. Kailua Beach, Lanakai Beach, right next door. So just imagine morning swims, sunset walks, right after work, surf checks. Your daily life literally orbits the water, and the way you just can't really replicate that in town. Let me give you the local food picks here in Kailua, not the tourist list, but the spots people who actually live here go to. Kapawai Cafe and Deli. The one that's on Kailua Road location specifically has a dinner menu most visitors miss. Over Easy has a breakfast most locals really know here, and most bread and breakfast, you go there for lilikoi pancakes. Oahu Island and Grill has the best plate lunch is here in town. And on Thursday nights, the Kailua Town Farmers Market takes over. We're talking food trucks, fresh produce, the whole town shows up. And here's the thing about food in Kailua, it's healthy. It's all a part of the lifestyle here. So you're gonna have acai bowls, fresh plate lunches, tons of mama pops places. So where the owner will know your order. So it's totally a whole different food culture here than what you'll find in town. Between Ward Village and Ala Moana, the food scene here is completely a different animal. High-end, chef-driven, more variety that you can get really anywhere. So you're gonna have NW restaurants, you're gonna have Merriman's. Those are gonna be top-tier special occasions. And Neiman Marcus, you're gonna have harbor views and famous popovers in their restaurant. There's also Scratch Kitchen, which is right down the road. That's gonna be great for brunch. And if you're ever just looking for something quick, you can get udon noodles primarily, really anywhere here. So even if the line looks long, it does move fast. Just get in it, you'll be definitely okay. And Foodland, oh my gosh, has great poke. So I would definitely go there for something really quick. And here is my surprise pick. Round 3 goes to Kailua. Yes, Ala Moana wins on variety and the high-end scene is simply incredible. But for daily life, oh my gosh, nothing beats this. You go minutes to Kailua Beach, the food here just tastes fresher and the lifestyle is just different. So Kailua, for sure, this round it goes to. Let me give you the real commute numbers. Kailua to downtown Honolulu, you're looking at about a 25-minute drive off-peak, but 50 to 70 minutes in rush hour traffic. That is a wide range because the Pali traffic is unpredictable. Ala Moana to downtown, you're gonna be looking around 8 to 12 minutes any time of the day. But Kailua to the airport, that's gonna be about 35 minutes off-peak, but 75 minutes plus on a really bad day. So Ala Moana to the airport, 15 minutes flat. And here's a real talk you won't hear from any other channels. The Pali Highway, when it shuts down, there is rock slides. When the H3 closes, there's accidents. When the Leaky has its moments. When you live in Kailua and you work into town, you are at the mercy of all 3 of these roads. And any one of them going down can blow your entire day. I personally have talked to people who have moved back to the mainland over this. Not the cost, but the commute. And Ala Moana, you don't have a commute. You really have to just go down an elevator. There is absolutely no contest here. Ala Moana takes this round. Now, if you work on the Windward Side, so that's Kailua, Kaneohe, this round flips completely. But for the average person relocating here to the island, and if your job is here in town, Ala Moana wins for sure. All right, let me break it down side by side. Here's what each neighborhood actually offers. Here's what Kailua offers. Single-family homes with yards and garages and room for a boat or a truck. You're going to be walking distance where you have great access to Kailua Beach and Lanakai. So what you're really getting here is this small time feel, which it has this shopping center with one main grocery store cluster. We're talking a Target and Whole Foods, Safeway, and there's a handful of restaurants and you could just rotate through them. What I love about here is that the streets feel quiet. There's a minimum nightlife here. But the mornings, you can get up early. There's parks and trails. In other words, this neighborhood has everything. You're gonna know your neighbors when you're here. There's beach cleanups if you'd like to do that. It pretty much has the works. So your commute to downtown can run anywhere from 25 minutes to 1 hour, but that really is just going to depend on the day. And here's what Ala Moana offers: condo and tower living. What you can expect is concierge and pool services, gyms, lock and leave convenience. So if you travel, you really don't have much to worry about. And it has true walkability. I mean, just think about it. Ala Moana Center, Ward Village, Kaka'ako, you can walk it all on foot. And there are literally hundreds of restaurants. within 1 square mile of radius. So you had direct access to Ala Moana Beach Park, to Magic Island. Commutes to downtown are really easy. Commutes to Kaka'ako is really easy. So that means if you're trying to get to the airport, you can really expect maybe 8 to 15 minutes. And there's a real active arts and nightlife scene here. So another thing that you want to think about is the higher monthly carrying costs. So HOAs, parking, that is going to be in exchange for really having that resort-like living right outside your doorstep. Look, I'm not even going to pick for you. That is not what this is. But for me, personally, in this season of life, Ala Moana wins this round. But that doesn't mean that it should win for you. Kailua is a fantastic neighborhood, but so is Ala Moana. The whole point of this video isn't to push you from one neighborhood to another, but it really is to show you that it just comes down to personal choice and lifestyle. And right now, for me, in this chapter, Ala Moana is it for sure. But I would love to hear what yours is. And one more thing before I send you off. You heard me pick Ala Moana for this season I'm in right now. But seasons change. Fast forward this a few years when I want a yard and quiet mornings, I would pick Kailua every single time. Same person, different season of life, and your right answer may shift too. There's no universal pick here. There's only one that fits you, where you are and where you're going. Like I promised you at the start of this video, my completely free Hawaii relocation guide is ready for you. It's gonna have neighborhoods, monthly costs, schools, Hawaii new construction, everything that I wish somebody would have handed to me before I moved here from Ohio. And to get started, DM me the word START on Instagram. My handle is @TeandraMills, all one word. Send me the word START and I'll send you the guide straight away. If this helped you, do me a favor, hit the subscribe and the bell so you don't miss what's next. If you already made this choice at Kailua or Ala Moana, just drop it down in the comments. I read every single one of them so that the next person watching, you've tipped them off. So mahalo, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Aloha.
Waking up in the morning to the bright sunshine, feel the cool breeze, everything feels so fine on this island where the waves crash along the shore.